Hello everyone and welcome back to the Spearhead cast. With me, Matt. We have a free for all here again on Calais. I seem to get the Calais map a lot. I guess it is just very popular. Let's go through the players. Represent the Axis today. We have Germany Parks as the Wehrmacht, without a commander choice yet. We have Nobby Gobs as Jägertaktics for die Waffen-SS. Finally, we have Maverick as Sturmtaktics for die Waffen-SS. Represent the Allies. We have Muru as the United States of America without a commander. We have Red 666 as Ranger Company straight at the gate for the United States. Finally, Lux Unterkommando. Of course, also the United States, however, without a commander as well. See what happens with this. Now, this is not the revamp version, so I think there's a lot more side blockers than in the revamp version I've seen some people have made. This one is fine. I actually prefer the normal one just because it looks prettier. There's a lot more stuff, especially with the bunkers and such. And all this stuff also being blocked off. And those creations also got mowed down in seconds if we didn't notice. Storm Pioneers can be pretty scary. Several units moving up, including the Kugelwagen here. The Wehrmacht has picked a commander. It's going to be Infanterie. Generally a pretty good choice, I think. Infanterie is just a really good commander. German troops are engaging with the Americans on the northern flank now. We have several rifles just being fired here from M1 Garants. We're going to try and keep the Germans at bay, but they got the Sturm Grenadiers now. There's going to be a lot of good rifle fire. And already getting good kills there and shots on the Americans, we can see. Kugelwagen arriving here with an MG44. Just that the Germans almost pushed pretty far down here, but they might be overrun by the Americans. And he is pulling back behind that stone fence. Or stone wall. Oh! Kugelwagen got cleared up by an anti-tank rifle grenade. But Germans still have a pretty good position here. Slowly taking off the Americans one by one and being very effective at it. The Germans also trying to fortify up here to deal with the Americans. Americans are digging in across them and they have a jeep as well. Big firefight on the southern flank. Ooh, not looking good for the Fox Grenadiers. Jeep is suppressing them. That's a pineapple, that's going to force the Pioneers off. Post Grenadiers are focusing on the flank because the British are trying to flank through. Americans are pushing up very far. Americans are being pushed a little bit back in the center here by the Sturm Grenadiers still. All the light cover is not really working to the Americans' advantage here. But the Americans do have a 30 caliber machine gun arriving. Americans are pushing up pretty far on the southern flank. Germans do have a medic nearby, but they are losing a lot of their Fox Grenadier. They might have to just retreat. Americans are being very aggressive. But the Mthis is trying to be as aggressive in the center while this is happening. Because the Germans are losing on the flanks at the moment. Pineapple grenade going out. But that right-hand squad is out in the open. Keep is getting shots in now on the Sturm Pioneers, suppressing them. Germans are falling a little bit back in the center. Probably because of the 30 caliber. Right then the medic team. Plus any Tate's team. Basically a German medic team, as you can guess. Getting mowed down here by the riflemen. We have a small Pack 36 coming up here for the Wehrmacht, but I'm not sure that's going to do much at the moment. But Germans do hold the center here. Rifleman is having some issues they do to those Sturm Pioneer. The Americans will be able to secure the point evidently. But they need to retreat those squads to get replenished, I think. Nah, that's too much. They lost that squad there. Need to probably pull the other one back to replenish, I think. Not to say. I think the smoke is going to clear before he finishes that sandbag wall on his own. He's going to get shot to pieces by the Sturm Pioneer. No, he is going to manage to complete it. And then retreat, okay. Wehrmacht pushing the southern flank here. Going straight into some Americans. Looks like they picked a command. I think this is US armor. Check. That is indeed US armor. That could be a problem here for... Oh, one flasher going into the building with the 30 caliber. That's definitely a problem for the United States. Forcing them back there. Raycon team for the United States in the center and several more riflemen. We also have Comanches for the northern flank. I think this is Tank Destroyer, and indeed it is. So all sides have picked their commanders now. Deep is certainly helping along the southern flank, but the Pack 36 could destroy it in one shot, I'm pretty sure. The Germans just relying mostly on Volksgrenadiers, which you can do easily as infantry, because they can get Sturmgewehrs. That Pack 36 is being shot to pieces. Actually cleared. Oh, they got inside the building. It should be cleared out there, yep. Not looking good for the Germans on that flank. Germans trying to scavenge the wreck of the Kubelwagen, apparently. Both sides are just digging in on the northern flank with double machine guns. They might be a little bit more static on that front. Yeah, well, there's a lot more movement down here. But the Germans are suffering at the moment to all the American machine guns. We have an MG-34 arriving here for the Wehrmacht. And Jeep is still in the move here, doing a lot of work. About the Ladung, but the Jeep just backs off. So the Waffen-SS was preparing to make a push down here to get around. At least making use of all the sandbags here to cover all the angles they can. The 34 set up down here. That'll certainly keep the Americans at bay for a while. Ooh, that's gonna be an interesting fight. I think the Germans have the upper hand due to the scope Sturmgewehrs. But it's hard to say. Because the Americans do have heavy cover here. So the Germans are gonna fall back behind heavy cover of their own, which makes sense. But I think they don't have the best angle, but I might be wrong. The guy seems to be working for the Germans now. Those scope Sturmgewehrs are getting a lot of work done. There's an MD-42 coming up here. Germans just give more the side roads. There's a bit of a static fighting in the center there. The north, I mean. Oh, Pioneer's getting very close to the Jeep, but the Jeeps can also hold fine. Just wait for an ambush. Oh, that's working out in the Jeep's favor. But looks like the Pioneer could make it. And looks like the Pioneer does, thanks to the MG-34. So the Sturmgrenadiers are pushing up on their flanks now. But they still have this 30 caliber keeping them back from the center. The yard stands behind out to the riflemen. That'll drastically increase their firepower. More Volksgrenadiers also arriving in the front line for the Wehrmacht, doing their best. Throwing another steel handgranate. Let's see, the Germans are using a lot of Gewehr 43s up here. I guess it makes sense due to the long-range static fighting we have going on. And lots of machine guns here. Americans are really digging in. 30 calibers are hitting the Sturmgrenadiers as they push up though. Forcing them back.
Hold. Regimental HQ for mechanized units will be here. Get ready, guys.
M20 arriving for one of the American players. That's going to be nice. Let's see if we can do anything now. Keep still holding on down here. Going a steel handgranate. Americans trying to push up through the center here, but they're being cut down by an MG-42. They're trying to call artillery. Looks like they succeed. Germans are getting infantry forwards though. Not looking good for the Americans still. That machine gun is still fairly healthy. And the Germans also just hold the front line with their own machine guns up here. Americans use smoke, very nice. Gonna allow them to try and take the center, but looks like the Sturmgrenadiers are gonna try and storm it. Please get into a better position. You know, the Americans are flanking down here, well, not really flanking, but pushing up. The Americans are just being very aggressive here. The Americans at the center being pulled down again.
We just lost a unit.
And 30 calibers getting a lot of good shots in, suppressing and pinning those. Two of the American recon team having trouble here, having spotted. They're still being shot at. I don't think they're gonna survive. Because those scope Sturmgewehrs are really good at long range, and so is the scope Gewehr 43. So going full on long range squads here for the Sturmgrenadiers, it looks like. Americans are slowly pushing up here, using the 30 caliber for cover, and their old ruined Jeep. But there's an MG34 down here.
An anti-tank battery is ready for deployment.
Americans also being very aggressive here. M20 has arrived with his 50 caliber machine gun. And the 30 caliber Jeep is also... Oh, they stole the MG34, but will they be able to get away? Looks like they might. We also have a squad of Jägers here, unique light infantry available too. Wehrmacht Infanterie. Being equipped with an MG34 evidently. Oh, that's a Panzerbüchse. Killed the gunner of the Jeep. Back in 30 calibers keeping the Germans at bay still. Just trying to get around the flank. Throwing a steel hand grenade, I think. Oh, they're being shot to pieces by the Jeeps and M20. That's just the M20. Oh, they got killed. Jeep does go down here by the looks of it. But the M20 is still around. German Infanterie taking heavy losses. Americans in the center doing the best. They've got a Ranger recon team on the field with a 30 caliber. Might turn this into a 40 HQ, and indeed it is. Americans on the northern flank pushing up with machine guns. Trying to keep the Germans suppressed, but they can just reinforce this over Blitz. But being stuck on a 30 caliber fire is not a good thing to be. Germans are moving up to secure the center here. Ooh, and the Americans just out in the open. There's no cover there. Don't want to be out in no cover. Wehrmacht is suffering heavy losses on their side though. The BARs is just really taking this fight in the Americans' favor. Bringing a recon team out in the open. They're realizing he has to pull back because of the 30 calibers, I believe. Like you can't just stay under sustained machine gun fire. That doesn't work. Machine guns are very powerful. Who would have guessed? The Americans in the center are suffering heavy losses though. All the long range firepower the Sturm Grenadiers is paying off. Ooh, the 30 caliber has been cleared out. Oh, that's a mortar actually. The 30 caliber there has been cleared out. Not long good for the United States. Sturm Grenadiers is just slowly pushing up by doing this. Using their scope Sturmgewehrs and Gewehr 43. We do have a squad of Rangers arriving in a half track. Perhaps that'll help keep them at base somewhat. Americans are setting up a fighting position now. They're trying to dig in on the southern flank. M20 team have repaired their vehicle because they can jump out to do that. There's somewhat interesting utility vehicle. Ah, they're gonna lure the half track back into the Pack 40 range. That might be the end of this half track. Yeah, not good for the Rangers. After the S is definitely using their Storm Gladiators pretty well here. Still very static fight up here. SS Fallschirmjägers on the battlefield as well. Double A2 Sherman coming out for the northern flank. No Sherman shit for the center. They probably need it though, but it might be too late at this point. Germans trying to push up this now. The infantry starting cover, especially not the Rangers. Rangers need to be in cover. They get inside the building instead. Although the Fallschirmjäger stole the 30 caliber. But artillery is going in, forcing them back. The Americans didn't lose a squad there, which is good for them. They might be able to grab that 30 caliber again. Either they realize they probably need that 30 caliber. 30 caliber up here doing some damage. But it's somewhat static on the southern flank as well. As the Wehrmacht digs in across from the US Armor Company. Which is starting to get Shermans. With the Shermans in the front line, I think the Germans might be in trouble. Unless they have the means to stop the Shermans, of course. Which they might not, depending on things, so I'm not sure. There's the Feldfunkgerät set up here, which I don't think allows you to replenish though, because it's a radio. apparently Maverick is not liking something specific. I'm not sure what. Is it just a 30 caliber machine gun? Because if so, it's just a normal 30 caliber machine gun. Oh, we have a delayed charge fuse. A delayed fuse artillery here. That's very potent. And now the Sherman has arrived. You need to take out that pack. Artillery going in as well. One pack cleared out there. The Shermans are pushing up. I think Maverick's flank may have collapsed at this point. The Shermans are pushing very aggressively through. As you would expect of a Sherman. I think the Germans should just evacuate that part of the flank. Like pull back to the main base and try to set up a new defensive line. You know, the American infantry is also pushing down here. It looks like the Sturmgrenadiers are holding out a little bit better here with their weapons. Yes, green cover is very good from the front, as it should be. Green cover is meant to be good. It's not like bullets can pierce them. We also have Germans on the southern flank, but aren't doing their push yet. But I think at this point the Germans are getting completely overrun. Boom Pioneer mode down there. Package just shooting at blind there, probably attack Browning, thinking the Sherman was still there back in the day. Explosive kills the team. And Shermans are now pulling through. Very aggressive pushing. Looks like it might be a little bit of a shorter match. And indeed, the Germans surrender. A little bit of a shorter match, but I think that's fine. I get at some matches that are way too long sometimes. I hope you'll enjoy it, and I'll see you in the next one, everyone. Bye bye!